Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So a bit of a dump for crypto over the evening hours yesterday, guys. This is XRP on the 4-hour. We can see yesterday, we were feeling a little hopeful. XRP went up, as high as about 26.5, then came back down, with some shorter red candlesticks. But then overnight we saw that dip, and now XRP is trading at about 24.4. It's up a little bit from its low of 23.7. So it is indeed falling into this level of support that I had delineated a few days ago. On that chart, I'm just going to put it to you. I'm just going to put the chart here on the daily here for you guys to see that. In the upper echelon of this zone, there still is room for movement here. It could go as low as 22.222 cents, but it is indeed in that zone, guys. If you are looking to accumulate, I would suggest now is the time. That is not financial advice. I'm just letting you know what I will be doing. I am not doing it as of yet, but I will be doing it. My target is somewhere here in the middle, 23.5. Is where I put my official target, so that is where I will be accumulating, guys. Here, maybe I'll mark it down here for you guys to see that. 23.5, right around here in the middle. I'll make it a different color. I'll make it pink. All right, so you guys can see that. So the zone is delineated by the yellow box, and by the boundaries are the green bars. And my target price is right here at 23.5, the pink level. So there you guys have it. Still looking to get into that position. The rest of the crypto market, not looking great. Bitcoin is down as well. And you know what? You can actually see it. It looks really bad on the hourly. Right now, Bitcoin is coming up, though. It did go under 10,000 yet again, but we're finding that buyers are buying up under 10,000. That is a psychological number, feeling like they are getting a good deal if they can buy Bitcoin under $10,000 per BTC. But we got to remember, we have seen a rally since mid-March after the beer flu pandemic hit. And before the beer flu pandemic hit, we must also remember that we were up here. We had seen a bit of a run here. Then the pandemic hit, and it just kind of slaughtered all the markets. But before the pandemic, we were up here. We were trading at about 10,001. And now we are actually trading at that exact same price. So we went down, came back up again, and now back down. So guys, we're not actually faring as poorly as you may feel. And some other news today, this from Michael. The Fed is tactically admitting that its deflationary monetary policy has restrained growth and held down wages. So this from Fox Business News. What they are saying was that Trump was indeed correct. So Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell admitted last week at the virtual Jackson Hole Symposium that the Fed has undershot its 2% annual inflation target consistently for the last several years. The Fed is tactically admitting that its deflationary monetary policy has restrained growth and held down wages. Now the Fed is promising to aim higher in order to get more dollar liquidity into the economy. Powell's 3,000-word address could have been summarized in just one sentence. President Trump was right. We were wrong. Powell has been exalted of late as a sage, and some have even suggested that he should be Time Magazine's Man of the Year. But for the last several years, Trump is the one who has sounded the alarm that the Fed has been too tight, as evidenced by falling commodity prices and long-term interest rates, market rates, signaling that expected inflation rates are at half the Fed's target. Trump may not be a trained economist, but when it comes to how to create growth, this real estate titan has uncanny instincts. Guys, I always maintain that this is not a political channel. I am not suggesting that one should lean towards one political party versus another. I'm just bringing you the news. I know some can misconstrue this as, oh, he's a Trump fan, or, in some videos, oh, he's a Democrat, or whatever. The point I'm trying to make here is that this has to do with the economy, and it's looking like the Fed is owning up to their mistakes. So we also have the S&P 500, and over the last few days, we have seen a decline in the S&P 500. This is the S&P on the daily. I'll put it on the hourly so you guys can see there was a bit of a V-shaped recovery here on Friday. As you guys know, the market isn't open on the weekend. So this V-shaped recovery was from yesterday, but we'll see how it pans out. We'll see what happens on Monday. I think we are going to continue to see lower lows for the S&P 500. I think we are indeed due for a correction considering everything that is happening. Warren Buffett buying barracks. We got George Soros also saying he is not participating in the market at the moment. And the other day, these are just three of the notable ones that I have mentioned on my channel in the past. Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, has liquidated $131 million of his own Apple shares. So what does that tell you? And after that happened, I got to show you Apple here. After that's happened, look at Apple. Apple is retracing hard, but it is a symptom of the rest of the market. So guys, just be careful if you are in stocks. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot more of this. XRP Crypto Wolf here on Twitter posted this. China is reducing its US dollar exposure amidst fears of inflation and ahead of the launch of its digital currency. So this from Decrypt, China is likely to reduce its holdings of US Treasury bonds to just under $800 billion from the current level of more than $1 trillion, according to local news outlet Global Times. A major reason for the reduced exposure is the record amounts of US dollars being printed by the country's Federal Reserve, leading to fears among investors and central banks of imminent inflation. Another is U.S. President Donald Trump's repeated attacks on the Chinese administration, said the report. Well, that might be a little bit of a personal reason. I think the real reason is because of the Fed printing money like crazy. Currently, China is the world's second largest holder of U.S. debts, but it has been reducing its holdings of U.S. bonds in recent years. In the first half of 2020 alone, China sold an estimated $106 billion worth of U.S. bonds, a 3.4% decline compared to 2019. Zi Junyang, a professor at the Shanghai University in China, was cited as saying that China is on track to reduce its holdings of U.S. bonds from $1 trillion to $800 billion, but he added China might sell all of its U.S. bonds in an extreme case like a military conflict. Interesting to say the least. This article goes down, talks a little bit about Bitcoin and Peter Schiff, the gold bug. Not going to get into it, but I will leave it in the description. The main point that I wanted to mention was the fact that China is also removing itself from US dollar exposure. Guys, gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, those are the hedges against this shaky economy. And then I saw this, guys, from Mac Attack XRP. Ripple CEO sparks speculation. Does XRP fit into the ECB's vision? Well, we know that Christine Lagarde tweeted out a tweet the other day with regards to the ECB's twin challenge of shoring up our economies for the short run and planning for a future economy. Next Generation EU provides a bridge between them. I mentioned that the other day. Faster digital transitions, climate protection as a priority, and completed banking union and capital markets union backed by a cutting-edge payment system. Well, the tweet caused a huge response in the XRP community, which suggested that RippleNet or the XRP token could be the ideal solution. Of course, we are always speculating on these things. We don't have solid answers as to when it could be implemented in the future. But I thought this was interesting because Lagarde's tweet subsequently received the attention of Brad Garlinghouse, who retweeted it without comment. As a result, speculation arose again that this might be a hint from Brad Garlinghouse that Ripple might be incorporated in some future plans with regards to the ECB. We know Brad has been in cozy with some of these members. Here's the tweet from XRP Yoda that I talked about the other day. Him sitting at this meeting with all these important people, including monetary authorities from different countries. The director of the monetary markets for the IMF is over here. Augustin Carstens is not labeled, and Christine Lagarde is over here. So the fact that he's retweeting this out says a lot without saying a lot, especially since he did retweet it without a comment. Think about when you guys retweet something out, and you think to yourself, yeah, I agree with that. That is something that could benefit me. Well, you don't think Brad Garlinghouse is doing the same? I think that if he was indifferent, he would not even acknowledge the tweet. I'm getting into a little bit of human psychology here. But anyway, I think it is good. I think ultimately it's positive for us to see that Brad is, acknowledging this tweet. I think actions do speak louder than words in a lot of ways. I want to keep moving, though. Saw this on Twitter from Justin Bennett, and this is some VeChain news for you guys. If VeChain is growing at a fast clip now, just imagine what happens post beer flu. So according to Sunny Liu, phases 3 and 4 were almost reached by the leading companies before innovation projects were slowed down by the beer flu. Guys, this has to do with the 6-phase model that the VeChain CEO has presented for blockchain adoption. So let me read you this. In a special event of the Shanghai British Chamber of Commerce a few days ago, VeChain CEO Sunny Liu and PwC partner CY Chung presented the advantages of the VeChain Thor blockchain and its commercial applications to the attending companies. At the event, which was held under the motto Blockchain in China, Applications and Opportunities, Liu explained for which companies the use of the blockchain is actually useful. So at this meeting, he outlined the 6 phases for adoption. For this purpose, the VeChain CEO presented a 6-phase concept to explain the different phases of the adoption. In the first phase, the blockchain is only used as a storage location for raw data, while in phase 2, the data origin also plays an important role. The data will be organized in such a way that it is traceable for both users and the company. This is the first added value compared to the traditional data storage. In phase 3, VeChain will use the blockchain for verification and audit services. Third parties can rely on the integrity of the data and the processes that create access and verify the data, which is in line with the focus of the auditing firms like PricewaterhouseCoopers, DNVGL, and recently acquired partners NSF International. Phase 4 envisages the use of the verified data stored on the blockchain for data analysis, business intelligence, and decision making. In the 5th phase, Lou says new third parties will join the ecosystem to provide new services based on the data flows via the blockchain. Finally, in the 6th phase, the blockchain technology will be a value driver that creates new value. Lou compared the phase with the internet, which gave rise to new business models such as social media, streaming services, and peer-to-peer marketplaces like Airbnb and Uber. Guys, we have to think of this as a process like the internet. Okay, blockchain technology is not going to just change one thing. Remember when we all first got the internet, it was like, oh, look, I can look up anything at any time ever. And that was kind of the extent of it, you know. Oh, it's a library, you know, in my house. I don't have to go to the library anymore. This is going to put libraries out of business, so to speak. But look at where we're going to go with this, with his 6th phase, and think of how fast this could come. Business models. There will actually be new businesses that didn't exist before blockchain, if you can imagine. And I can't even imagine what those could be, but he gives the examples here with the internet of social media, streaming services, and peer-to-peer marketplaces like Airbnb and Uber. So this is a process, and I think that we are so early on in this process that many of us don't even realize how early we are. I thought this next quote here was interesting. As Lou stated during the event, many companies initially only see phase 1 as a use case. However, for most companies, the key values are created within phases 3 and 4, which according to Lou, were almost achieved by leading companies before the beer flu forced teams to focus on core business processes and put innovation projects on hold. So they were on track, phase 3, phase 4, in order to get this ball rolling. But VeChain got a great team behind them, and they have many partnerships, many influential companies that want to work with them that will change the way they do business. Supply chain is a big factor for many economies, well, for all economies around the world, and VeChain will change just that. Wanted to thank Justin Bennett for posting that. Great news there coming from the VeChain camp. Another one, guys, here from MacAttack XRP, Ripple partner SBI and eToro are evaluating to airdropping Spark tokens. So we know that on December 12th, there is going to be an airdrop for those XRP hodlers. Holding XRP, you will get 1-to-1 Spark tokens. And now it looks as though SBI, VC Trade, and eToro are looking into this as well. So SBI, VC Trade, here's a quote from them. Regarding the awarding of the Spark token to XRP hodlers by Flare Networks, we are currently considering how to handle it. We are confirming and discussing the facts and investigating the status of the response at each location in question, and will report back to you. And so eToro also looking into this. eToro is keen to support the continued evolution of the Ripple ecosystem. As such, eToro is currently in conversation with Ripple and Flare Networks regarding the upcoming distribution of Spark, the native token of the Flare blockchain. So for those of you guys who have XRP, who want to claim this, who own a Ledger Nano, that is one of the methods where you can claim your Spark token. I did a how-to video on how to set up the Ledger Nano. I'll post it up here for those of you guys who still haven't seen it. But the Ledger isn't the only way. There are other ways as well. You can do it on the Sum app, and BitTrue apparently is one as well. And now it's looking like SBI VC Trade looking to get into this, and eToro as well. So there are a few options there. Great to see that a lot of these companies are looking into this. Wanted to thank MacAttack XRP for posting that. Another one here from XRP Crypto Wolf, and Ripple is hiring a VP for platform and technical operations. So here is the post from Ripple's website. And what you will do if you are interested in this position: lead the strategy for a global, highly available multi-cloud payment platform, provide company-wide leadership and guidance on standards and best practices for service implementation and developer productivity tools, hire and retain top talent in the industry, inspire and organize by exceeding expectations of consumers, business partners, and cross-enterprise product and engineering teams, provide technology leadership across the company to deliver a world-class platform that spans multi-cloud and on-premise hosted applications. That just to name a few. It goes on. There are a few more here, guys. I'm not going to read all of them for you. Guys, this is a high-level position. Ripple really on track to try to really nail this, right? Technical operations, especially for cloud computing, is getting more and more essential as we're seeing this industry evolve. So just wanted to bring that up. Thanks so much, XRP Crypto Wolf. And another job posting, well, not so much a job posting, but apparently Ripple has hired an expert to investigate unusual activity on the XRPL. This from James Rule XRP on Twitter. Apparently there is some suspicious activity, and Ripple wants to get down to the bottom of who is involved. So the person who fills Ripple's new investigations analysis opening will join Ripple's Bank Secrecy Act compliance team, according to the job post, among other responsibilities. The analyst will be required to identify any existing gaps and make recommendations to enhance the suspicious activity reporting process and other anti-money laundering related controls. The analyst will also conduct a day-to-day monitoring of the XRP ledger, perform transaction analysis, and file relevant reports with regulatory and law enforcement agencies. So Ripple obviously doing their part to make sure that the XRPL is compliant, make sure that there isn't anything fishy going on, so that their clients can still retain confidence in them. You know, in this world with cryptocurrencies, I'm sure it was difficult to get their 300 plus clients on board to begin with. At this stage, the last thing they want to do is scare them off with potential flaws with the XRPL, or schemes going on, or bad actors money laundering through the XRPL. So this is a quintessential piece, I think, to their puzzle in order to help propel the ideology that cryptocurrency is safe, that the government should regulate this sooner rather than later. Ripple apparently is also currently advertising a due diligence specialist to join its Banking Secrecy Act compliance team. So they really are going gung-ho on the compliance end of it. Of course, they have to, because they are getting into a space that is highly, highly regulated. Wanted to thank James Rule XRP for posting that. And guys, have you thought to yourself, yeah, the Flare Network Spark tokens, they're great. I can't wait to receive my Spark. But then thought to yourself, well, what would I do with Spark? Martin Volk here on Twitter has come up with an amazing flowchart here to what he thinks is how the Spark token network will work. Now, he puts a disclaimer in here that suggests, okay, I don't know if this is 100%, this is just his thought on this. So he does encourage you guys to ask questions, and he does, encourage you guys also to give your input on this. So I am going to link this tweet thread in the description of this video if you guys want to get in on some of that action, if you have some questions for Martin. I'm going to try to explain it to you to the best of my ability. So this is the Spark token network, and let's see if we can decode some of this, how Spark tokens work, and why you should become a Bob and earn free XRP with your Spark tokens. That'll make a lot more sense as I go through this. So Alice is the originator. Okay, so this is what happens. Alice, she's the originator. She performs a transaction. FXRP is the system, and if there is enough available capacity in the FXRP system, then no, it would get refunded. If there isn't the capacity in the system to issue the desired amount of FXRP, then Alex is refunded the fee, and then it just goes back to her. But if there is enough, then we follow this flow here. So I guess first I should start off with a transaction. The value of XRP that they want to mint into FXRP, there's a fixed fee of 0.1% of the value of XRP they want to mint into FXRP, what address the XRP will originate from on the XRP ledger, and what address to send the FXRP to on the Flare network. So if yes, it goes through the FXRP system. And what is that? A collection of smart contracts on Flare, FXRP issued and sent to the address on Flare. And here's the example here. So the agent's Spark tokens are locked up. Instructions, Alice is the originator. She sends XRP to the agent, who is Bob. So what does that all mean? A set of instructions are generated for Alice telling her what address, in this case Bob's address, to send the XRP to on the XRP ledger, and what last ledger index to use. If there isn't capacity in the system to issue the desired amount of FXRP, then Alex is refunded the fee. Spark tokens are locked up, so if there is available capacity in the FXRP system, collateral to secure the amount of FXRP being created is locked for a certain period against Alice's upcoming transaction. And then there's the collateral ratio. The FXRP system demands a collateral ratio of 2.5, meaning that at all times an agent must have provided the system 2.5 times the value of the FXRP the system has appointed to them in Spark tokens. So then you have the agent, and the agent are owners of Flare's native token Spark, who send their tokens to the FXRP system and are known as agents. There will be many agents in the FXRP system. So guys, this is like you and I. Once we collect our Spark tokens, we will be agents within the system and we will create a fee for lending out our Spark tokens. The creation fee, the vast bulk of the money Bob will earn for locking up his Spark collateral. Note that his earnings are predominantly in XRP. And then Martin gives us an example down here, guys. So as an example, Alice needs 200 FXRP. The price of XRP and Spark would be whatever humans decide it is worth, so based on supply and demand, of course. But for this example, I'm going to assume the following prices. So XRP is worth $1 and Spark is worth 10 cents. Alice wants 200 FXRP. 5,000 Spark tokens are locked up, which is the equivalent. Alice sends 200.2 XRP to Bob. 200 FXRP are issued and sent to the address on Flare. Bob has earned 0.2 XRP for that transaction. So again, guys, Martin explains it really well here, and the conversation is still going on. A lot of people still asking questions, a lot of people still confused about this. The fact of the matter remains, though, and this is, I think, the major takeaway, if you have Spark tokens, you can be an agent and you can actually make money from your Spark tokens. Just another way you can make money in this crypto space. Martin Volk, I also want to mention that he did actually do a video how Spark tokens work, and here's his run-through doc. I will also link that in the description of this video. Guys, we have to remember the tipping point has now come. The new financial system is coming. CBDCs and so on, all bridged by a digital asset, all on a level playing field. We're so early to this, guys, that it is crazy. This from XRP Yoda on Twitter. 100% you will sell way too early. The FOMO will melt faces. Guys, don't fall into the trap. Of course, sell some of your crypto, maybe take some profit off the table, but never, 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 never sell it all. We are way too early to be selling all of our crypto at this moment in time. Another thing you have to remember, and this guy's name is actually Patience is Key, @_LoanDD on Twitter. For those who weren't here in 2017, 2018, it only took XRP to go from 22 cents to 88 cents in 3 days, from 61 cents to $1.15 in 7 days, from $1 to $1.95 in 8 days, and from $1.90 to $3.30 in 6 days. That's how reaching all-time high in a bull run looks like, guys. #XRP, baby. But I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.